Leon McFadden is back with us on the Western Exterminator Hotline. Leon, great to speak with you. How have you been?
I'm been good, and you guys?
Doing well, man.
We are doing well. When I say that, the preseason Defensive Player of the Year, did you like that, or was that a lot of pressure out of the gates?
I liked it, and it was both pressure as well too. But I mean, it's a great, thing to be acknowledged amongst my peers. That's a lot of respect. I really appreciate it.
Leon, I have to just jump into this right now. We were talking about it for the past couple of days, how Coach Long did not have you guys speaking to the media. Do you know why? Is there a reason why? Did he even tell you the reason why?
No, I'm not sure why that happened, to be honest with you.
Do you feel like it was an uncomfortable situation knowing that you could not speak to them? Is this something that you actually look forward to doing after a game?
I wasn't even informed that no one did speak to the media.
All right, that's that.
Yeah.
Well, Leon, after the North Dakota game, was it total happiness because you guys won the game, or was there some frustration?
I mean, it's always good to get a win, an ugly win or a good-looking win. It's still, a win. But at the same time, I know from a defensive standpoint, we had a lot of assignment errors and we didn't execute to our best ability and didn't play Aztec football as we should. And the mistakes that we have made on the film, we have looked at it, and we're going to correct them this week and try to eliminate all of them by this game time on Saturday.
Well, Leon, in these three games, I've seen some good moments. In Washington, the second half, the Army game, you guys had some terrific moments. And then, of course, like you said, against North Dakota, there were some assignment issues. But do you feel like this team has, at least in moments, reached its potential in terms of defensive prowess?
Oh, most definitely. Like you said earlier, with the Army game and then the UW second half, I mean, there are moments where we are playing to our best of our ability, and it shows. We're going all 11 heads to the ball at all times, and everybody's keying in on our assignments and executing. And as you said, I mean, when you see that, it's a good execution, and we're playing good ball as a defense.
Leon, like Josh said, your preseason Defensive Player of the Year as far as the conference goes. Do you feel like in your first few games that you're justifying that? Do you feel like you're playing to that level, or would you like to see yourself do more?
Yeah, I mean, it's always room for me to improve, and I do want to play better each Saturday. I play to my best ability each time I hit the field, and I'm going to live up to it.
Aztecs defensive back Leon McFadden joining us on the Josh and Sherrod Show. Leon, how big do your eyes get when it's a pick-six situation like you had on Saturday? Is it just one of those, okay, I've got daylight, I've got nothing but 6 points, how am I going to celebrate when I'm in the end zone? What's going through your head?
First thing is I see the daylight, so I have to focus on catching the ball first, because without the ball, I can't get the pick.
Okay, I like that.
So the ball is coming. It just looks like a beach ball. That's how big it looks to me at that moment. And after the catch, it's all about the will to score. So that's what happened.
Is that just your instincts, or is that because you were watching tape and knew kind of what the quarterback was thinking on the play?
A little bit of both. It came down to the coverage that we're in and what routes and what players to look at. And, from studying film, you see the tendencies of what they do. And that's what happened, and it was all natural instinct after that.
Yeah, I know the interception, and you returned it for about 28 yards, so you didn't have a lot of time to think about it. Like you said, you were making your moves and trying to get to the end zone. But did at any point come into your mind and say, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to flip the ball? Am I going to jump into someone's hands? Do you actually think about what's going to happen after you cross the goal line?
No, I didn't at all. It's just I can't do. No, I honestly didn't think of it.
For some reason, I'm pretty sure Coach Long doesn't want you thinking about how to celebrate.
That's what I figured. Because, defensive backs, when you guys get a chance to score, you either get the Dion going or the drum major, high steps, or something like that. Is Coach Long in your psyche to the point where even an opportunity like that, you still just play it as classy as possible?
Yeah, I still play it as classy, and that's how I've been all growing up. Just a humble guy, so it wasn't anything out of the ordinary to celebrate. But it was a great feeling, even though I didn't show it as much.
Mm-hmm. Aztecs beat North Dakota, looking ahead to the Spartans of San Jose State. Now, your coach is brutally honest. He said, I don't know if this is a good team or a bad team before the year started. What about you at this point? Do you know what kind of team this is?
As far as San Jose?
No, as far as your team, San Diego State.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. We like we just said previously, we have our good moments of showing on both sides of the ball, our potential, and we just have to be more consistent about it. I mean, overall as a whole, we have to be, a lot better in certain areas, but, we're going to be a good team this season. We haven't reached our potential.
How tough is it to pick up that 3-3-5? Because like you said, you've been here a while, so it takes a while. Even Rocky said that. Sometimes it takes a few years to really get comfortable. But as you see some of the younger guys, how complicated is it for everybody to get on the same page?
Yeah, it's a complicated defense. It does take a couple years to learn the defensive schemes and knowing, our whole defense tries to know everybody's assignment so they know how the defense works as a whole, and that way you can narrow down on your assignment, knowing what you have to do and knowing what the guy next to you has to help them out as well. So, for the younger guys, they're catching on to it. And we have a lot of veteran guys who are teaching the younger guys, the assignments and what to pay attention to.
We were out, at least I was really surprised about the offense as far as the passing game. I knew Gavin Escobar would do his thing, and I figured Bryce Butler would be the type of guy that I thought. But it seems like you guys, or the passing game, has really found itself right now. So for a defensive back who goes against these guys in practice, talk about how you've watched them basically from camp or even spring training to now, how they've improved.
Oh, yeah, they've improved a lot. There was a spurt of it. Ezel Ruffin, in camp, he was doing a little as he can, and then the game against Army came out to show, it was a surprise to me, but not as much as a surprise because in practice I've seen his moments, and I was waiting for him to show, what he has in the game, and waiting for Bryce Butler, to go out and show what he has, to give to this offense.
Hey, Leon, even though you're focused on the Aztecs and your games, do you take a look around the Mountain West Conference, see what Fresno State's doing, Boise State, UNLV, Wyoming, and think where you guys stack up in the conference?
Yeah, I pay attention, some of the highlights of the games. I'm not going to lie, I don't watch them. I've seen highlights of different games, the UNLV, Washington State, the Fresno game, and the Boise game. And those are a couple guys that I've watched play over the last couple of weeks. And, I necessarily focus on us, but at the same time, poke my head in and see what they're doing as well.
I love it. You guys are certainly a contender. It's wide open in your final season in the Mountain West Conference before the Aztecs head out to the Big East. But so far, so good with a record of 2-1. Final question, have you seen your buddy Miles Burris with the Raiders? He's a beast already.
Yeah, Miles Burris is out there showing what he's at, and I'm so proud of him. He's out there playing, starting, and making plays, and happy to see an Aztec out there doing his thing.
Me too. Even though we're not Raider fans, I love watching Miles.
Exactly.
Hey, Leon, great to have you on the show. We're wishing you nothing but success. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Leon McFadden.